And before he left, I left someone with a catchy sentence. How strange. This couldn't help but make Huang Kaming feel puzzled. So he asked Lu Shangkai, "Why did you let me see him?" As a result, he actually said, "I just want to show you. I also have relatives I want to get rid of." Then he said goodbye to Huang Kaming. But he just left. Lu Shangkai called Wu Yun's. Let his men raid Qingbai. And don't let go of anyone wearing blue walls. School uniform person. And among the members who participated in the Federation this time, a possible mole. So it is necessary to conduct a thorough investigation. And be sure to investigate everyone carefully. If you can't find it, then Huang Kaming is 100% a fake gang leader. When Kanazawa returns to Kyobi first, I was so angry that I couldn't help shaking all over. I didn't expect it. What the people from the Federation did was so amazing. Not a single one was spared. But thankfully, a few people were slightly injured. Can tell the general story. In the lead was a guy with a merciful head. Wenyan, Kanazawa Prefecture. Remembering in an instant. Li Rong. Forgive the smirk I left for myself before leaving. It was for this reason. But then, he thought of the worse. Will his brother, the Golden Sun, suffer? So he hurried back home. But found Jin Tianjan, the captain of the 1st Brigade, Park Shi, stay together. He can't help but be slightly stunned. The other party said that the gang leader asked me to come and protect Jin Sun's. But I don't know. Obviously no one came to trouble your brother. The gang leader still wants me to come and be a bodyguard. It looks right. It's not shared with anybody. About my brother. This is also thanks to he is a bad guy. And see. Kanazawa came back first, and Mushi Kazuo was ready to leave. After all, I don't have time to dawdle here. Did something big happen? It's not a big deal now. It was the beginning of a full-scale conflict. Although the Union and the Emperor Gang, there have been many conflicts before. But that's just by comparison. Handle things in a conservative manner. Because once the balance between the two sides is broken, the situation will tilt towards the other side in an instant. So they are deliberately avoiding this from happening. But the Federation took this matter. From Guo Jijiang to handwriting. The gang leader had to issue an order for revenge. Now, there are already many people going to attack the heavy areas. Kishin Cave. And that's the 8th ranked Li in the Federation. Banyan site. Didn't you want to see what the gang leader planned to do before? Now we'll see. Because after all-out conflict, there will only be one force left. An all-out war between two top gangs. About to start. From now on, only one force will remain in Daejeon. But the 4 captains of the Emperor Gang have their own ghosts. A suspected gang member. A suspected outsider. There is also a doubt king. The last one is not ready. Because he had a different agenda than the other 3 captains. What he wants is to end this damn battlefield. But another place at this time. There is a pursuit of the sea market. The Mirage guy is getting close to the truth. Jin Lechen, I actually found a dragon by the river. Tattooed helmet, so he took the helmet home. After some research, found this remodeled helmet. He actually gave himself a familiar feeling. It's like I've seen it somewhere. But Jin Lechen can't remember. In the end, it was the golden dragon pattern that inspired him. Remembering the scene of beating Emperor Huang Wu before. And that's when. Seek revenge for the future. Decided to follow him secretly. Get more information about the other party. As a result, Emperor Huang Wu just walked out of this alley and he drove off. But the helmet he was wearing before he left. I will never forget it. After all, this is not mass production. It was stroke by stroke. A makeover helmet with dragon patterns drawn. In other words, this is the only exclusive helmet in the world. But Emperor Huang Wu's helmet. Why did it appear under the Jiaquan Bridge? Could it be that he abandoned it? Logically speaking, he made this helmet so delicate. I should like it very much. This made Jin Lechen unable to help but fall into a difficult thought. I want to think of a reason that makes sense. Meanwhile, the other side, Li Rongshu, who ranks 8th in the Daejeon Federation. Running fast in the alley. But no matter which direction, they were all blocked to death by the people of the Emperor's gang. just as he was about to run in another direction. But he found that Kanazawa had caught up behind him. Seeing that the other party is about to call his subordinates to do it, and he stopped. Kanazawa said he knew he was wrong. I shouldn't have attacked your brother. But you also know this is war. I'm just following orders. Unexpectedly, Kanazawa actually stepped forward to confront him. Is it war? You can really joke. When you leave. Obviously because there is a chance to trample Kingbai without my guard. And seem very happy. Although it is not necessary to fight here, a battlefield where you die. But there is a group of people gathered inside to make the other party bend. A guy who takes pleasure in himself. So you have to pay for it. After all, you've already had that fun. After seeing that, Kanazawa was not ready to let himself go. Li Rongshu took the lead. But the gap between the two is too great. Kanazawa only used one punch, knocked him to the ground. But when he tried to get back up, I ran into a group of murderous eyes. They surrounded themselves. What happened next was no surprise. A group of people punched and kicked Li Rongshu. And the person who caused this scene is Huang Grass Rice. Due to the unique location of its caves. Only by taking it can we open the situation. But just then, debugging and actually sent a text message helper. You should come back too. Looks like a simple greeting. In fact, he secretly became suspicious of the gang leader. After all, full-scale conflict has already begun. Judging from the series of instructions he issued, you can also see that he wants to win or lose. But so far, why is he only texting? Never called me. And most importantly, in his character, shouldn't be in the absence of himself. Expand comprehensive conflict, even if it's because of that broken heart. It's weird. I don't know why the sense of incongruity always makes me feel, although the gang leader keeps in touch with me. But that's not really all from the gang leader. When it comes to simplicity and thinking, a little brother kicked the jar away. This aroused his curiosity. So I asked a few people what was going on. Only to find out that the guy was cheated. His girlfriend messaged and said she wanted to borrow some money. It turned out that the woman had cheated. And the person who sent the message was his wild man. After the transfer is completed, the guy had his girlfriend's passbook. Ran away, so he should have transferred the money after the call. After listening to this simple end, I lost myself in thought. Because he completely ignored it. If the person who sent you the message is not the gang leader, well, he couldn't have gotten his phone. But what if Maheli's plan succeeds? Who is the current gang leader? I don't know. I didn't expect the most loyal guy in the gang. He even became suspicious of the identity of the gang leader. Just now, Guo Jijiang, in order to find out the truth, I found Lin Jixin, the captain of the intelligence brigade. Asked the other party if they already knew. The person who instigated the gang leader to teach Ma Jiaxing a lesson before. It is poetry and song, but he doesn't know what nonsense Guo Jijiang is talking about. Who is that heart? You won't forget it, will you? It is because the gang leader put a union. Yes, the guy turned into a vegetable. So it hurt the Emperor gang. The thing that encountered a major crisis. Until after listening to Guo Jijiang's description, Lion Jixin just remembered this. The gang leader was like crazy. Want to kill that guy. And don't you mean? That was done by the simple and inciting gang leader, right? After seeing that the other party is still pretending to be stupid, Guo Jijiang couldn't help but get excited. Therefore, he directly exposed his lies. Stop pretending, don't you always know everything? Unexpectedly, Lian Jixin did not change his attitude because of this. Instead, I feel that the other party is kicking his nose and so I decided to teach him a lesson. Let him know that, at least be polite. Although I didn't expect you to call me brother. But you can't yell like that. And Guo Jijiang thinks the other party is a lunatic. The current situation. Is the title really necessary? Then how do you call Kanazawa Sean? Brother Zexian said this. Lion Jixin couldn't help but be angry with his veins. That's why, you brat. That's why I think names are important. After saying this, he rushed towards Guo Jijiang again. Until he speaks his mind. His biological sister is Ma He. History even stopped. Does it look very suspicious? If it were you, can you associate with someone who has hurt their loved ones? And there are too many doubts in between. For example, why did Brother Shihi instigate the gang leader? Why did Ma and Lee associate with enemies, etc.? Lin Jixin, after some reflection. I just asked my first question. Are you sure these are true? After all, this kid is not someone who can chase after the wind. Gotta know it's true. He asked Guo Jijiang. How long has it been since the gang leader set off to travel around the country? About a month. Then he never calls. Give orders only via message. Is that true? It's true. But you seem to be off topic again. We have to put things together first. Now confirm whether the helper is safe. Is the most important thing. As for the question you just asked me, I do know that Park Hop incited the gang leader. But there's nothing wrong with that. After all, it would be harmful if it appeared. The interests of the helper should have reported to the gang leader. You're not wrong. But the key is what he used to incite the gang leader. Makes the gang leader so angry that he loses his mind. As a result, he immediately became a vegetable. Although the gang leader finally escaped prison. But what if the purpose of simple and? For example, he deliberately made the gang leader make enemies. Just to use that person to harm the gang leader? I have all the dynamics of Daijin. But I don't know anything about the gang leader. This made Guo Jijiang feel puzzled. I don't know what the other party is trying to say. What I mean is, the leader may no longer be alive. After all, Simple and Gangmaster have been friends for many years. So he probably wants to get rid of the location of the second child. Hearing this, Guo Jijiang took out his cell phone to prove that what he said was false. The gang leader has been sending him messages all the time. Even Ji-hoon can't confirm this. Because the gang leader didn't look for him much before. If you say so. The gang leader did not lose contact. But anyway, I had to see him in person. This made Guo Jijiang so angry that he couldn't help yelling. Do you really think it's a stone? Did brother he hurt the gang leader? Lin Jixin told him. Between people, there is no such thing as a 100% trust relationship. And those who trust each other 100%. You also tend to be influenced by people who don't trust you enough. Betrayal. So you must not let anyone else know. We are already suspicious. After all, this is a matter of survival for the Emperor gang. The gang leader, who is usually brave and good at fighting. Now I'm shaking with fear. I can't wait to jump off the building and commit suicide. Because just now, he actually questioned the strongest man in Daijin. I want to confirm whether the gang leader is real. But if the other party is real, then Guo Jijiang committed a big disrespect. I'm afraid it's not enough to lose this life. Lion Jixin, who is also the captain, does not think so. After all, if the current gang leader is fake, isn't the gang leader who has ascended to heaven and justly dead? Hearing these words, Guo Jijiang couldn't help but be slightly stunned. Think about it. It seems so. So he got back on his feet. But if the current gang leader is real, then I must send you on your way before I die. The premise is that you have to have that ability. And you probably didn't tell Park Seok-ho about this, did you? After receiving the reply from the other party, Lin Jixin just stated his hypothesis. If the gang leader is really gone, that must be simple and silly. But Guo Jijiang refused to believe this assumption. But what if I'm right? Whether it is a fake gang leader or a suitable brother. Need to pay with life. If the gang leader does not appear in Jia 3 days later, at that time, on the bridge, I want to bloodbath the Emperor gang. Meanwhile, the other side, Huang Kaming is also in distress. He really didn't expect it. Guo Jijiang would actually say such a thing. So much so that he, good student. I'm not really paying attention. Because of Guo Zhang is the most loyal member of the gang. So after he made this request, Huang Kaming felt that there was nothing he could do. But he just couldn't figure it out. That guy, why are you angry about your identity? And how to deal with it? Only then can the other party believe that he is Emperor Huang Wu. And so it was until noon. He still hasn't figured out a good way. And Huang Kaming's reaction. Then he was seen by Song Mingguo, who was dining with him. So they asked each other. Did something happen recently? Why do you always look so depressed? Results, Huang Ke minute, but asked a question that didn't make sense. If you want to stop being, the person appears to be still alive. What should be done? It's such a baffling question. I didn't expect Song Mingguo actually gave his own opinion. Maybe try being a scarecrow. After all, in the romance of the Three Kingdoms, Liang deceived the enemy with a scarecrow. But Huang Keaman thinks, that's just something that happens in books. That's just not possible. And just then, Jin Lechen actually found yellow grass rice. I want him to talk to me on the rooftop. And then we get straight to the point. Ask Huang Keaman, why didn't you tell yourself? You are the younger brother of Emperor Huang Wu. This can't help but make Huang Keaman sweat coldly. I didn't know what to do. The next second he said. The chief of staff told him about it. I heard everything. You really hate your brother, don't you? That bastard is so cruel to his relatives. It seems that the chief of staff should be convinced. Even if Jin Lechen knows, I'm Emperor Huang Wu, his own brother, I wouldn't put that guy either. The news that he has passed away. After all, from where I stand now. Unless you want to get in the way of his continued search for Dragon Day. Otherwise, there is no need to tell about Emperor Huang Wu. This also suggests that the chief of staff is still suspicious of me. And he's been waiting for me to reveal my flaws. I never thought of that. I actually had to compete with him in school. But let's cooperate with him now. So Huang Keaman told Jin Lechen. I'm afraid you'll hate me at the same time. I didn't tell you. The other party believes it. It means you didn't do anything wrong. How could I possibly hate you? And I was thrilled. After all, first friend who came to Daejeon to deal with. It is the younger brother of Emperor Huang Wu. Doesn't that mean I can get my revenge? By the way, I almost forgot to mention because I was so happy. You have to be careful lately. Emperor Huang Wu seems to be in Daejeon too. Huang Keaman couldn't help but look puzzled after hearing these words. I don't know, Jin Lechen, why did you suddenly make such outrageous guess? But I still have a bunch of things to think about right now. Why don't you perfunctory it? However, Jin Lechen told him. Own at home. Emperor Huang Wu's helmet was found under the bridge. As soon as the sentence comes out, Huang Keaman was not calm in an instant. Confirm quickly. Is there a yellow dragon pattern painted on it? After getting the result of the matter, he couldn't help but think of being killed by Han Changxi before the bullying scene. And that's when the helmet fell into the river. I didn't expect him to find Jin Lechen. There's no way out. The teenager leans on his deceased brother's cell phone, pretending to be the gangster emperor of country age. I didn't expect my butt to be hot. Some people began to doubt his identity. I hope he gets home in 3 days. Kawabashi. Faced with such an unreasonable request, how should Huang Keaman respond? And he chooses. Throw this question to your good brother. To make the dead seem alive. What to do? Faced with this puzzling question, Song Zhongmin actually gave the answer. You can imitate Zhuge Liang, who is governed by the Three Kingdoms. Try being a scarecrow. This can't help but give Huang Keaman a lot of inspiration. Because not so long ago, he was surprised to learn Jin Lechen found Emperor Huang Wu's helmet. So Huang Keaman took advantage of this opportunity to trick Jin Lechen into playing the fake gang leader. The entry point is the opponent's determination to seek revenge. After all, he doesn't know the news that Emperor Huang Wu has passed away. But even so, 1,000 men and 4 captains of the Emperor's gang. Enough for him to drink a pot. So, you think you can break through the siege of these people? Shake your fist at Emperor Huang Wu? As a result, Jin Lechen actually thought, just boldly charge forward. It can be done. To know that he was a week ago. Doubt life beaten by Guo Jijiang. So Huang Keaman told him directly. You can't get revenge by doing that. Because the individual is absolutely no match for the group, not even if you risk your life. These words, the angry Jin Lechen couldn't help but grab the yellow grass rice. Tell each other that as long as the will is strong, nothing is impossible. But the yellow grass rice does not change its color, if it's really like you said. No one in this world will be wrong. It turned out that a long time ago, Huang Keaman wanted to take revenge on those who bullied him. Make up your mind to become stronger. Therefore, he learned all kinds of martial arts skills online. I'm going to teach them how to be human after school starts, but things don't always work out that way. As soon as Huang Keimin saw his enemy, she slapped him. It means I returned it to you. I won't take it anymore. Immediately put on a boxing stance. I want him to see how powerful he is. Unexpectedly, the other party had no martial arts ethics. Called his friend. And the result was no surprise. Huang Keimin was severely taught a lesson by them. From now on, and he came to a profound realization. That is, the person who can overthrow the kingdom on his own exists only in anime. After listening to these words, Jin Lechen, I lost myself in thought. Before, I'm really afraid of that guy's subordinates. So you're going to ask me to give up revenge? Let go of the person who trampled on my friend? After seeing the other party misunderstand, Huang Keimin quickly explained. I just want to tell you. One man is no match for a group. But form a group to get revenge. Then it's hard to say. But now, how else can I start a new organization in Daejeon? Isn't there a ready-made one? And it is the only one with the Emperor Gang. A group with the power to fight. But isn't the Daejeon Federation Levi Shankai's? How could he be because of such a thing? Just help me get revenge. Don't worry, just follow my instructions, then. He will absolutely agree to this request. After all this, he found his companion. Tell them everything that has happened these days. When the two heard Guo Jijiang invite Huang Keimin, I broke out in a cold sweat when we met. Very surprised. Until I heard that Huang Keimin had a countermeasure. Just breathed a sigh of relief, but after listening to his plan, I can't help but open my mouth again. I wonder if Huang Taomi is crazy. Because he actually wants to make the united. Yes, the guy will deal with it. Guo Jijiang also asked Jin's county about this. Star, which person in the coin has Gentazong's mobile phone number? But the other party thinks this method, although it seems simple and effective, but this will lead to the Emperor Gang zombie combat effectiveness. Deal a fatal blow. Don't worry, not really going to get rid of him. Then why are you looking for a guy from the Federation? I just want to create a more mixed, chaotic scene. After all, with Zheng Taizong's ability, it is not realistic to solve Guo Jijiang. But even so, Guo Jijiang can't easily defeat the group either. After pushing him to the limit, it's time for the protagonist to appear. I didn't expect the whole gang to come out in full force, just to take off the man's helmet. It was just now. Emperor Gang, the two captains of the team came to Jia as agreed. Kawabashi, but the gang leader they were missing did not come. This can't help but make Lion Jixin feel upset. If he doesn't show up in another 10 minutes. You know that, right? Guo Jijiang, on the side, gritted his teeth in a hurry. Show that you don't need to talk too much. Because, in his heart, always believe in helping. He'll definitely rush out of there later. Then teach us a lesson. It must be so. Guo Jijiang couldn't help clenching his fists at the thought of this. Instead, a bunch of Federation guys arrived. And the leading man is the 10th ranked Zheng Tai. He was just trying it out. 3. I didn't expect Guo Jijiang. It actually appeared here. It looks like the message I received is true. So he was ready to take advantage of the crowd. Take down the two captains of the Emperor Gang. Can face such a scene. The two still didn't change their faces. Choose to kill them first. After all, the enemy is rushing in front of you, and the yellow grass rice standing high. I silently stare at everything. Because he is sure that even if the two are outstanding, you can't beat a group that easily. Now just wait for the union. Yes, after the guy pushed them to the limit. Just let Jin Lechen appear again. But the thing, it didn't go as smoothly as he had expected. No matter how many enemies appear in front of you, and they both had an easy time coping with it. You can even find time to bicker. Discuss whether the gang leader will come again. This scene made Zhang Tai gnash his teeth in anger. I didn't expect these kids to be so awesome. So he had to take the lead and charge. I want to reinvigorate their morale. But he wasn't in a hurry to attract fire. But let the younger brother go first. I hide behind and secretly shoot cold arrows. Turn around and run after a kick. Don't forget to go to Guozi. Zhang revealed a thief's smile. Want to provoke each other. But just then, another figure emerged from under the bridge. After hearing footsteps, Guo Jijiang turned his head to look.